Eddie, of course, chair of the African American Studies Department at Princeton. He's also an MSNBC contributor. And Eddie, you and I talked last week after the Brown family's news conference, and you said something that stuck with me. You said, quote, "We are constantly having to navigate the spectacle of Black death." This is another public funeral where Reverend Sharpton is going to be delivering the eulogy. What are you thinking in these moments as we head into another funeral?
Well, I'm worried about the family. Of course, my prayers are with the family. They're going to have to put a loved one to rest, and then they're going to have to deal with the consequences of the loss. They're going to have to deal with the regret, the grief. And part of what we often kind of lose sight of, Craig, in these moments are kind of the collateral effects of these sorts of events. I'm thinking about the young Ben Chaney at the funeral of James Chaney, bawling in his mother's waist, and how that event affected his life. He ended up in prison for a period of time. And so we have to kind of be mindful that it's not just simply one body that we're putting in the grave, but a family that will have to deal with that death over time.
There's this powerful headline in the Washington Post. I'll show it to you and I'll read it for our listeners on Sirius Satellite Radio. The Black residents of Elizabeth City, North Carolina, thought police violence happened in other places. Then it came to their town. The story includes a city councilman named Gabriel Atkins who, quote, worries about seeing police. Is he going the speed limit, seatbelt on, doing everything right? I'm afraid that I may be the next one, he says. He also goes on to say that, he, quote, it hurts to be a Black man in this day and time. And again, here we are, roughly a year out from George Floyd's murder. And I think a lot of folks thought something tremendous had happened and changed in that moment. And then you read headlines like that and you hear people like that. What do you think?
Well, you know, it combines with the reality of our times, Craig. Look, at the same time that we're having that experience or we're reading about this person's understanding of his life, we have 47 states trying to disenfranchise voters. You know, in 2021, we're still fighting over the vote. You know, we have, Stephen Miller making his arguments. I mean, it's almost as if, you know, the country is trying desperately to hold on to this idea that it must remain white, at least portions of it. And so there's this sense, right, that here we go again, that we have to navigate this again. And it makes the utterance of Senator Tim Scott, who you mentioned in an earlier segment, or even Vice President Harris's comment that America is not racist. You judge that claim over and against these sorts of experience, and you have to say something is not right here. Something is not in alignment here.
There is this dichotomy, though, in Elizabeth City. I don't think a lot of folks probably realize this, that the mayor, the manager, the police chief, all Black. I mean, there's a historically Black college there in Elizabeth City as well. At the same time, though, you've got this Confederate monument right next to the city hall named Our Heroes. What do you make of that?
Well, you know, James Baldwin, in his last book published in 1985 entitled The Evidence of Things Not Seen, kind of wanted to grapple with this question of what happens when white supremacy still obtains but Black folk hold the reins of power. And the book is really centered around all of the Atlanta child murders, Craig. All of these Black babies dying with all of these Black folk running the city. Maynard Jackson, you know, Black police commissioner and the like. So part of what we kind of we come to understand is that, you know, the way in which racism functions and organizes our lives isn't necessarily mitigated by the fact that Black people hold the reins of power. So we have a lot of work to do, it seems to me, in order to understand what we need to do to move forward.
Professor Eddie Glaude, thank you. We always learn something when we have you on. Do appreciate your time. Thank you again, sir.
Hey, thanks for watching our YouTube channel. You should know that you can follow today's top stories and breaking news and catch up on your favorite MSNBC shows all in one place. Download the NBC News app today.